I don't think an institution should be deciding anyone's personal individual gender.
I think it's up to the sorority. I think they can do whatever they want. I mean, it's their organization. They can follow their own policies, their own, rules.
I 100% disagree.
Campus reform. I'm here at the University of Pittsburgh asking students if men should be allowed in sororities. Let's see what they have to say.
Bro, I always like videos like this because it always highlights the hypocrisy that a lot of people live their lives with. A lot of them will say yes when they hear this question. Yes, they should be in sororities. But they're going to contradict themselves when they say, okay, can they live in the sorority houses with the other young women who are in them? Then they're going to be like, no. But let's not waste any more time. Make sure you like and subscribe and get into this video.
On Tuesday, a federal court judge dismissed a case brought by a University of Wyoming student regarding her sorority accepting a male. And in his decision, the judge ruled that the sorority gets to define women as it chooses. So what do you think about this?
I agree. I mean, I feel like if a sorority deems this person a woman and also this person looks at themselves as a woman and presents as a woman and feels internally that they're a woman, then they should be able to participate in those woman cliques. Yeah, I agree. I think it's up to the individual. I don't think an institution should be deciding anyone's personal individual gender.
I think it's up to the sorority. I think they can do whatever they want. I mean, it's their organization. They can follow their own policies, their own, rules. So I don't think it should be up to court. I think it should be up to them.
I 100% disagree. And here's the thing. Because when people answer these questions, a lot of students answer this question from the perspective of, it doesn't affect me. But it doesn't affect you until it does affect you. That's where I look at it from. You don't want anybody being able to join any club because one day you'll have a little sister. I have a little sister, and my older sister did pledge at one point. One day you'll have a little cousin. You'll have a child. You'll have a young relative that you care about. And you're going to look at their life like it's an extension of yours to some extent. And when something happens to them, it happens to the entire family. So yes, I understand where they're coming from. They're not trying to be pushed over or cutthroat when it comes to stuff like this. But sometimes you need to draw the line. You need to draw the line, bro. But let me know what you all think.
Yeah, what he said, they're comfortable with it. It doesn't really matter. So the transgender in question was named Artemis Langford, a 6'2", 260-pound male who, according to one of the sorority members who went on national television, he gave her a gut-wrenching feeling and she was very scared walking past him, especially since he would sit in the common room for hours just observing women. So are you saying her concerns are invalid?
That's a completely different issue. Yeah, it has nothing to do with a personal, individual's feeling about gender. That's about safety. It's a completely different thing. Yeah.
I mean, I think they're valid because if she feels unsafe, I mean, that's something against any women that's, can walk the street of Pittsburgh, any city. So I think it's still up to the organization. I think that if she could bring it up to the higher members and be like, hey, he's making me uncomfortable, or she, my bad, and just bring it to the attention.
If we're making the issue and the rejection about gender, that should be a longer conversation. But if it's about sort of an overall feeling of this person not being the right kind of, personality, individual for the sorority, then that makes sense. It's up to the sorority.
Let's flip the script and say you had a daughter who had to share the same restroom as a 260-pound male. What would you say to her?
Bring pepper spray. No, all jokes aside, I mean, I don't know. I mean, just don't do anything stupid.
I'd probably tell her to leave the sorority, maybe join another one.
I mean, it depends. Yeah. It depends on how this, first of all, I want to ask you, are you referring to this person as a male, or are they a trans woman?
So they're a male, they're born as a male and still have, they're born male genitalia.
Identify as a trans woman?
Well, it's kind of irrelevant in this question, isn't it? Because they're part of a sorority with women born as a male, 260-pound male with 6'2" now.
If they seriously identify as a trans woman, then that identity should be recognized. Yep.
So you'd have no problem with your daughter part of this?
We actually have to, unfortunately, we have to head out because this is our bus and we're going to Target.
So conveniently, when the discussion, got a little more serious, they had to head out, which usually happens in these type of forums or discussions. They never really stay to give their real analysis of the situation, it always ends at the best possible spot. And the reason why this is a problem is because it shows, yeah, like the comments say, lack of critical thinking skills. That's what it all boils down to. A lack of critical thinking skills. You can't have different perspectives on the same exact thing. Meaning you cannot be against these people sharing bedrooms and sharing clothes and locker rooms and houses, because that's what happens when you're in a sorority. That's literally what happens. Not even trying to put my own opinions. They share clothes, they share rooms, they share homes, they may even share the specific exact bedrooms. You can't be against that, but also be for them being in the group. Because even if you're for them being in the said group, they're not a 100% member like the other people in the group if they don't do the other group things. So it's like conflicting ideals and beliefs. And it's very convenient to have conflicting ideals and beliefs when you never have to stand on your own beliefs. You never have to stand on it. You always get to prance in life about what you think is right or what you think should be pushed in. But until somebody questions it, you're never going to, enforce or deny your own beliefs. You're always just going to live in one bubble of delusion until, I guess, you pass away. There's no other option. So videos like this really do highlight problems that come with this level of thinking on college campuses. I wish it was better. I wish they did critically think about these things more, because at our age, college students' age, you are allowed to vote. You are allowed to go out and make real change in society. But if you just conveniently never think about it, nothing will ever happen. But let me know what you all think about this. My name is LFR Jojo.